me, Helen. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to mine and Chris's YouTube channel. So this video I'm going to be talking about what I struggle with out of my diagnoses. What do I struggle with the most? Now, I think I struggle with a few things. I struggle with my emotionally unstable personality disorder, so my EUPD, but some people refer to it as BPD. And I also suffer seriously with generalised anxiety and anxiety. And the two, what would I say was the more severe? I'd probably say the generalised anxiety and anxiety, because I don't like to go out, I don't like to be around people. When I go out, I'm super alert, my adrenaline's pumping, and I'm just on guard the whole time. I mean, when I went and got my hair done, I was there for about 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours, and my anxiety was through the roof. And I'm planning on going back again in September and getting the nano extensions put in, so that's going to be more like a day thing, and that fills me with anxiety, but I know the end result is going to be worth it. But still, it causes so much tension and stress in me that I try and keep it under control as best I can. And what I do is I take breaks with them and have cigarette breaks and stuff, and let them have a break on that as well, because it's a lot for the hairstylist to do. But yeah, just being out and about with anxiety, I'm always looking around, I'm always seeing, I don't like people walking behind me, and I don't like people who go like that, brush up against you. I hate that, and it's either fight or flight, and I tend to get more on the aggressive side of things and be like, why are you barging past me, why can't you just say excuse me and I'll move out your fucking way kind of attitude. And that's what it does, it brings out my aggression as well, and my aggression is heightened tenfold when I'm out and about. With the EUPD, the emotionally unstable part of things, I struggle more with expressing things and that. I've gotten better, but I still struggle to express things to people, even still to Chris and that. I struggle to express certain things. By that I mean just generally expressing things, just general normal day-to-day things. And he'll be like, oh, are you alright? Yeah, I'm alright, good, cool. And I'm always alright. That's what I say, I'm always alright, you know. But I'm talking more with him in general, and that seems to be working better for me. But I do kind of still battle with that, but I think that's just something that's always going to be there, that's always going to happen. But as long as I know that I'm trying to get better and I'm expressing myself a bit more each day, which I do, then I think that that's a good thing, because me and Chris, we like our little sit downs and chats that we have with each other. And I think it's important to have, especially with a relationship, it's important to try and have that communication open. And sometimes I can be like a closed book, and he'll tell you the exact same thing. Like, I can be a very closed book, or I can be an open book. And I find it a bit ironic, considering I'm sitting here talking now to a camera that Chris set up for me, so hopefully it's decent. Got my head in it and that. But yeah, so the unstable part of it, I think I've got that under control. The personality part of it is my personality's starting to shine through a lot more. I'm a lot more confident than that in myself now. Now that I've got my hair done, I've got my nails done, minus in my swear finger. But hopefully I'm going to get that done in the next couple of days. I got my eyebrows done, but she threaded the side of my eyebrow, and there's a bit of a bruise on that there now, so I'll be having a word with that lady. And then I'll get my other hair extensions hopefully on the 5th. I've got an appointment on the 8th of August, but I'm going to have to move that to later in the day because I've got an appointment that's a little bit more important than my nails and that on that day. So hopefully I'll get that done later on in the day. And then on the 5th of September get the hair extensions, but when I go on the 8th I will speak to the lady and say, look, this is what I want, and then they'll get it for me and then I'll pay for it. So definitely getting my hair and my nails and that done has brought out my confidence in me. So the disorder side of things, I think the disorder is under control. I think another thing that I used to struggle with was addictive personality disorder. And I did have an addictive personality disorder, and I do have an addictive personality disorder, but I have that under control for the last 5 or 6 years. I've had it completely under control, no problem. If I feel like I'm getting addicted to some sort of medication that I'm prescribed by my doctor, I will say something so that they can nip it in the bud before it gets out of control. It was like I was saying in another video that I get a tolerance to my medication that I'm prescribed by my GP and my psychiatrist, and that I get a tolerance to it very quickly. So the dose has to be upped like quite regular, every 2-3 months basically. And that can sometimes lead to problems, obviously. But I've got that under control and I'm aware of it, and if I think that that's happening, then I say something and then it gets dealt with and we move on. So more so the anxiety and the generalised anxiety. Anxiety without the generalised part of it is just normal anxiety of like sweats and clammy hands and stuff like that, whereas the generalised is you're hyper vigilant, you're constantly looking around. As I said in the video, you don't like people walking past you or behind you, and you don't like when people brush up against you, and it brings out my anger a lot as well, and I'll start swearing and God knows what else. So because it's either fight or flight, and I tend to fight, verbally I might add, and I'll F and Jeff and swear and curse, whatever. And then once I get indoors I'm like, oh thank God that's over with. So those are the things I think that I struggle with the most with regards to my diagnoses and now on my mental health. So what do you guys struggle with on your mental health diagnoses? What's the main ones that you really struggle with? Let us know in the comments because we are interested. In the meantime, take care. Bye for now.